Hi, Pisces-aries. Welcome to your astrology tarot reading. Please excuse me while I adjust this camera. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you that might, wow, the disrespect, like actually rude, very rude. Sorry about that, y'all. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. Hold on. I have a feeling that this is going to be one of them slanted readings, so let me try to make sure I get this right. Okay. Welcome, Pisces-aries. My name is Gabrielle. You are tuned in to Cusp of Roses, where we do timeless general tarot readings for all 12 cusp zodiac signs every new and full moon in every zodiac season. If you're interested in that content, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can tune in to my next live reading. All right. Welcome in, Pisces-aries, Pisces-aries placements, my soul tribe that just like to tune into these readings to hang out with me. I appreciate you all for being here. And I'm very, very grateful to connect and read for you in this moment. Okay, we're going to get grounded. All right, we're going to offer up our gratitude. I'm going to sound my singing bowl one time here, Pisces-aries. Do whatever gratitude grounding practice feels right and best for you in this moment. And then we'll get into the cards. All right, here we go. All right, Pisces, Aries, hi, Aurora. Welcome back. Thank you as always for tuning in and helping me moderate the chat. I appreciate you, love. Oh, okay, y'all gonna hear my pupper. Okay, that's just gonna be the point of this reading. Okay, you're gonna hear my pupper because there are deer in the front yard and he has a lot to say when deer show up. Okay. I always say here on my channel, for those of you that have been rocking with me for a minute, if you do happen to hear my pupper in the background, or if he just, decides to bust his way on in through this reading, through my door, into this room, could be in a Taurus influence around you, maybe in you, There's some sort of Taurus energy that is connected to you at the moment, okay? Whether it's in the stars, whether it's through a person, whether it's in spirit, only take it as it resonates, okay? Now, very interestingly enough, Pisces Aries, as I was setting up for your reading, Amazing Grace, the song, I randomly started singing Amazing Grace. And the specific part that I kept hearing was, I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. For God saved a wretch like me. I know that's not in the right order, but that's just what came after that part. Some of you maybe feel like you've been saved by grace. Maybe some of you have converted or changed religions here, or have joined a particular religious tradition. Like maybe you've gotten baptized recently or you've been thinking about it. A change of ways though. Like, I once was lost, but now I'm found. I once was blind, but now I see. So God has either granted you the grace to be able to come out of some sort of turmoil in your life. Maybe you're just having a very reflective moment of all that you've been through and feeling very excited and elated and, grateful and open-hearted and filled with gratitude for God seeing you through that turmoil. I just heard seeing the error of your ways. Like, yeah, a lot of self-reflection might be happening here for you, Pisces Aries. Interestingly enough, you are the cusp of rebirth. So this could be one of those rebirth moments for you. Being reborn in faith, maybe being reborn from a spiritual standpoint, right? Getting a new lease on life, turning things around. You might have just been in a dark period here, Pisces, Aries, and finally seeing the light, finally having hope and faith in the days to come, in a tomorrow. Wow. You feel found. Like you found your way, you found your path, you found yourself amid the chaos, amid some sort of, again, turmoil, craziness, something that just was not ideal for you, not healthy for you. You're finally feeling the call to come up out of. Or this is you just, again, having a very reflective moment around how far you've come, Pisces, Aries. I once was this way, but now I'm this way. I used to be very blind to a lot of things, but now I can see. So some of you maybe are being granted vision, clear vision through your third eye. Right? Definitely having a spiritual awakening moment, I think. It's just not even I think. I can sense that. Especially for amazing grace to come through. And I don't typically get songs like that. I know many other readers maybe do. I typically don't. At least not while channeling. Like not while like prepping for a reading. But that it's like it came straight from my throat chakra. Like it wasn't even a conscious thing. I haven't been listening to any gospel music. I have, it wasn't like, oh, this is just a remnant, I'm not hearing it around me. I just literally sat down, started prepping for your reading, and started singing. So maybe some of you are singers, or you like to sing as like a hobby, or maybe you don't even identify as a singer, but you might have a really nice voice. Okay. Singing praises. Ooh. Someone could either be singing your praises here, Pisces, Aries. Oh my gosh. Can't keep this thing lit. All right, this is a big incense, so be prepared for a lot of smoke, okay? That's just a fair warning. I don't know why they rolled this one so big, but it is what it is. And maybe that's important for me to, I randomly pick the incense from like a little stash that I have here on my table. You got a big juicy one. Pisces, Aries, which that could even be a part of that, right? A lot of cleansing has been happening. Yeah, I really do feel like a lot of you are amid a spiritual awakening right now. Seeing where you were blind, seeing where you were lost in translation. Yeah, not fully understanding something. So maybe the divine has been trying to speak to you in a myriad of ways, in a number of ways, and it was just hard to decode. It was hard to understand. It was hard to make sense of it. With that Piscean energy, I'm sure you've been having these dreams, very intense spiritual dreams that feel very maybe prophetic, very like real life, very vivid. Okay. And it's just been like, why am I dreaming like this? What's going on? And maybe you're being granted the clarity around the why. You got the 8th house, yeah. Because you're transforming. Some of you, this could have been nightmares that you were having for a while around things that you were still fearful of. Okay, having to go through or transmute some karma here, Pisces, Aries. Yeah, it's like a calling home. How sweet the sound, right? There's something that's been calling you. There's something that you've been hearing. There's something that's been pulling you out of this dark space, or this turmoil or this path that just was not good for you or not in alignment for you, Pisces, Aries. It's like you're finally getting it. It's finally clicking. Let's see what this stack is all about. Uranus, Sagittarius. There you are, the 12th house. Venus, Chiron. There's that healing. Give and receive love, find value and see beauty, hurt and heal, spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service, and more healing. Optimism, exploration, and freedom, and radical change. Sagittarius is connected to the 9th house, which would be your house of faith. So depending on your rising sign, count forward 9 houses, 9 signs. That would be your 9th house, which could be an area that you are optimistic about, that you have been exploring. Your 9th house could be Pisces, maybe, potentially. Take it how it resonates, because mind you, this is for Pisces, Aries placements as much as it's for the cusp signs. Radical change, though. Yeah, there's something very, very profound about the energy you're in right now. Very soul-shaking is what I just heard. And the way that the divine has maybe given love to you, has shown up for you, it's like you're finally connecting with those moments as acts of love. That could have been a little difficult. Maybe some of you are feeling a call to service in some way, shape, or form. Service around the world, maybe. Like Peace Corps type of thing. Maybe you already been in the Peace Corps at one point in your life. I just get this change towards peace. It's like where you were maybe a bit in the hurt, deep in the hurt. And this hurt and heal and Chiron energy has been so active this week in these reads. This hurt keeps coming up. It keeps coming up. I just heard I gotta right my wrongs. Yeah, some of you are having like a coming to God moment where ways that you've maybe behaved, choices that you've made that maybe weren't steeped in healing or steeped in coming from a space of love, steeped in love, that were more or less a reflection of your hurt, your pain. It's like coming to terms with that, receiving the karma for that, and now wanting to be different, now wanting to make radical change, inspired to make radical change. An area of your life where you maybe had little optimism, little faith. Maybe it got so bad here, Pisces, Aries, that you maybe didn't even believe in a higher power. You know what I mean? It could have gotten that dark for you at one point. But I feel you being lifted out of that through miraculous means. Meaning, it could only be God, it could only be the universe that saved you from something. This almost gives me like a near-death experience. And I you know, that's a very touchy subject, but that's what this feels like a near-death experience where you've seen the light, maybe even literally, right? You were lost. Maybe at one point you've experienced that loss of life, loss of breath, and had a spiritual experience, transcended the physical plane into a more spiritual space. And then it was like, oh, wait, spirit's real. God is real. This is real. And then have now come back with that better understanding, with that deeper connection. And now it's like, it's a radical change in your life. Something has pushed you in an unexpected way. Something unexpected occurred to get you on the right path. And if that does resonate with you, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. It just feels very, very profound, though. Like it's, and I'm sure you guys have heard of stories like that, where people have near-death experiences or actually technically flatline, and then have this spiritual connection or have this kind of otherworldly experience and then come back. They're resuscitated, or, you know, they come out of the coma, or, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and then they change their life. It's like a whole new world. So whatever this unexpected event that caused that radical change, it was strong enough to put you on a new path, like to revitalize you in some way. Now, again, it doesn't necessarily have to be that dark, but the 8th house did come out. So you could have been on that cusp of the ending and a new beginning, right? Having one life in to start another. This could also be a part of your past life energy, Pisces, Aries. With Scorpio being in the South Node, that could also be a part of a past life. You could be reconnecting with how things ended in a past life, and that could be, again, a part of this once was lost, now I'm found. Maybe you feel a bit more found in this life than you did in a previous one. Anything else that I need to know here? Okay. Interestingly, I heard yes. I typically hear no when I ask that question because I kind of sense we're at the end. But what else? What else do I need to know for Pisces, Aries prior to this astrology tarot reading? What else do I need to know? Okay, I just heard come home. Come home, come home, come home. I've been waiting for you for so long. I think that's a song. I think it's a song by One Republic. Cancer and Leo. Cancer, Leo, cusp. Which would be in July. Oh, when the nodes change. Nurture, comfort, and protection. Self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity. And I finally, yes, got the confirmation that if you do follow Vedic astrology, the North Node will be shifting into Pisces. Look at you. And the South Node shifting into Virgo. If you follow Vedic. If you follow Western astrology, it will be Aries and Libra for the next 18 months. This is the season. Now, I have been in this week's lives and these week's readings been a little ahead of where we are, okay? This feels like one of those readings, Pisces, Aries, so fair warning. If it doesn't necessarily connect now, it might connect with where you'll be a couple months from now. More specifically, 2 months from now. Self-confidence, loyalty, creativity, nurture, comfort, and protection. Knowing that you are nurtured, knowing that you have been given comforts, knowing that you are protected has now given you a new lease on your self-confidence, a new sensibility around loyalty, and a new fire and drive and desire to create the life that you want. If I were to string that energy together. That all started by some sort of radical change. Something that clearly could not have been in your control, that was clearly from the divine. It's no question about it. You're not wondering about it. It's clear as day to you that there is something higher. There is something watching over you. There is this universal love that just kind of wraps you up. Even when you don't want to be wrapped up in it, even when you might not even believe it exists, it still shows up for you. And that's where I feel like the right my wrongs. Man, I've been spending a lot of time disdaining or not believing or not having faith, that now I want to dedicate my life, this second chance that I've been given, to that. Like for some of you, it feels that deep. Others of you, this could be a little less intense, but just the same message in the way of God has proven and shown up for you in a very miraculous way, where you now feel very compelled to make changes in your life. Because maybe how life has gone for you is maybe, again, it's that whole, I've had a tough life, I've had a rough life. Why would God allow me to go through something so traumatic, so sad, so scary, so painful? God can't be real, right? Like it's that type of thing based off of what you've experienced up to that point. That's what I think is having a radical sense of change. And even if you're like, yeah, I think there's something out there, but I really don't know, or, nothing had really connected for you until now, until this point. Interesting. All right, Pisces Aries, let's get into this a little deeper. Thank you so much, Divine, for connecting me in here with Pisces Aries cusp energy and Pisces Aries placements in my soul tribe that's tuning in. What direct influences, guidance, support is coming from the cosmos? Whoa, right away. Couldn't even finish my statement. You got the 9th house. Yeah, I felt that. Right? Sagittarius showed up. I was like, yeah, that's the 9th house. Spiritual growth is exactly what you're experiencing now. You've got Libra, consideration, fairness, and harmony, and you've got union, merging, and coming together. Finally feeling in union and finally feeling that merger between you and spirit. Considering and finding maybe a new definition of what fairness is. Because maybe here, Pisces Aries, your vision of fairness was, I don't go through anything. That's fair. You know what I mean? Like, nothing happens to me. Everything is great. I never get inconvenienced. I never have to struggle. That's fairness. So kind of coming out of that mindset and realize that anything can happen to anyone at any given time. It doesn't matter how good you are in the world or how bad you are in the world. It doesn't necessarily matter. What happens and what's destined to be will always be. And why not you? You know what I mean? Like, why not you? Not to be rude or anything, but it's like, why would you be above struggle? Why would you be above pain? Why would you be above challenge? We're all human. We all go through it in different ways. Yes. At different levels. Yes. But we still go, no one is exempt from having to learn through struggle, through pain, through tragedy, through trauma. That's the whole point of this plane of Earth. It's the whole point. How do you deal with variables that are out of your control? How do you tap into what is in your control, and how do you use that? Finding your balance. Coming together, spiritual growth feels like you coming home to God, coming home to spirit, coming home to the idea, not even the idea, but the fact that there is a greater power than you, than anyone else, that runs this show. And it's not the powers that be. It's not the dark side of that. Dark side gets to do what they get to do in the time that they're given. There's still something greater than the darkness that runs this whole thing and has the last word. So where is your faith at with that? That it's not the devil that gets the last say, it's God. You know, it's really feeling like you're coming out of darkness in some way, or again, having a spiritual rebirth. Yeah, and there's Uranus, radical change. So it came out again. And we will keep it. I think that was the struggle, though, for you, Pisces Aries. What's considered fair? Maybe you've gone a lot of your life feeling like the things that you went through weren't fair. Why me? How come this person doesn't have to go through that and I have to deal with this? And how come, you know, looking really outside of yourself rather than connecting in. And we all do it. No judgment here on my channel. We all do it several times in our lives, several times in the day, right? So this isn't just a you thing, Pisces Aries. This is a people thing. This is a human thing. But where that sense of unfairness took you was, I do think, into this state of disbelief, a state of not having faith, a state of absence almost from the spirit that's within you. It's almost like spirit's been a little dormant inside of you for a minute. But this radical change has caused this now union, merging and coming together with spirit, which is now inspiring this spiritual growth in your life and now helping you understand what true balance is. It's almost like really gaining the concept of that yin and yang symbol, that there's always some yin amidst the yang. There's always some yang amidst the yin. There's always a good in something negative, and there is always a bit of shadow in things that are good. One doesn't exist without the other. And maybe that was the perspective that you had. It should just be all good, all fine, all well. Nothing ever bad happens to anything. No inconvenience. Nope, nope, nope. Perfect world, right? But we don't live in a perfect world. The world will never be perfect, but it's perfectly imperfect. Bad things, I don't want to say have to happen, but they are a facet of this world. It is a means to growth. It's a means for learning. It's a means to radically shake up and change things. It's almost experimental. Yeah. So understanding that idea of harmony. Harmony isn't always sunshine, rainbows, butterflies, and gumdrops, right? Harmony can be dark. It's finding a balance. You can't have one without the other. And I feel like you guys have learned that in a very real way through meeting your own darkness, Pisces Aries. So, which is a beautiful way to transcend. It's a beautiful way to have spiritual growth when you meet the darkness in you. And now that you're coming in again, you're integrating those parts of yourself. You're no longer shunning them away, blocking them out, pretending like they're not there. You're now in full awareness that you are the example of harmony. You are that balance between light and dark. It's a deeper connection now. Things start making more sense. Your faith is coming back. So maybe all of that was born out of not truly knowing how to handle tragedy and trauma, which many of us don't. We have to learn that along the way. And some of us don't learn, and some of us, you know, get overwhelmed by it. And it's just, it's a whole thing, right? It really is up to the person. But I sense that here, Pisces Aries, that you guys have chosen to accept the truth that you've been given with this Libra energy and consider a new point of view. a new understanding, a new possibility. Or maybe you were a little bit narrow-minded about it. And that's okay. Like I said, we all do it in many different aspects and facets of life. This is not a judgment. Okay? But that spiritual growth looks good on you. It does, Pisces Aries. It truly does. It truly does. All right, let's get into this tarot. Tell me more about the 9th house, Libra, conjunction, and Uranus for Pisces, Aries energies. Y'all. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you so much. Thank you. Your first card out is the Ace of Wands. Those of you that have been rocking with me for a minute, you know what this means. Spiritual rejuvenation, a renewed spirit. Inspiration, a spark. Something clicks in the spirit. A new chance, a new opportunity to connect with the God in you and the God around you. The God in all, right? Ace of Wands, spiritual growth. Absolutely. It's your strongest energy. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. Tell me more about spiritual growth here and this Ace of Wands for Pisces Aries. The 5 of Pentacles, where you lacked and doubted and had worry and felt like an outsider when it came to spirituality or religion or God, just felt really disconnected and distant. You're being brought in from the cold, Pisces Aries, and offered some warmth. The Ace of Fire. I love that. Yeah. That's what I mean. It's like the 5 of Pentacles can be a very pessimistic energy. Yeah, and look at that. Come on now, Chariot in the Fool card. Mm-hmm. Soul advancement, a new beginning. So it feels like here, Pisces Aries, you've surrendered. You've surrendered, which is good. It's a good thing. It probably feels good, and it probably feels a lot better than fighting. Yeah, a new level of optimism coming in for you, where I think you were very pessimistic about this or about whatever this might be for you. About this journey is what they want me to say. Tell me more about the Ace of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles. Thank you. The 6 of Pentacles. Okay, and there's that Taurus energy. So Taurus could be your 9th house. Which would mean what? Gemini, Cancer, Leo. So you might be a Virgo rising. I think I counted that right. Six of Pentacles, yeah. It's something has come in. I think you were at that 5 of Pentacles for a while. Feeling really distant, feeling very cold when it came to spirituality, when it came to God, the divine, the universe. Very detached, not really understanding. A bit worried though too, like this isn't normal. You know what I mean? Like this doesn't feel right, but I can't help but feel it. And now you've gotten that Ace of Wands, which is now pushing you to the 6 of Pentacles. A deeper understanding about what did that Venus card say? Giving love and receiving love. That's the 6 of Pentacles too. Because it's Taurus energy connected to Venus. How you give and how you receive. So there was a part of you that was a little cold here, Pisces Aries. And that's okay. We all, I'm telling you, we all go through it. All right, tell me the energy between the 9th house and Libra. Okay. 3 of Wands and the 7 of Wands. Consideration, fairness, harmony, spiritual growth. Yeah. Where you were once very closed off, very guarded, very defensive when it came to spirituality, now you've opened the door. Now you're like, okay, I'm willing to explore it. I'm willing to see what will come of me believing again, having faith again, me reconnecting with that part of myself. Yeah. Specific and direct energy here between the 9th house and Libra for Pisces Aries. Yeah, the 3 of Pentacles. Understanding the co-creative process a lot more. Maybe again, what made you feel so cold was feeling like you were at it alone, or that God had abandoned you in some way. That can kind of be the energy of the 5 of Pentacles. Oh, why am I locked outside of this church, right? Like, I feel so cold and distant. Like, why has God forgotten me? That's the thing that connects right by why has God allowed me to go through all of these things if God is so good and God is so great. And you know what I mean? It's having that dialogue, which we all go through, especially on your spiritual ascension journey. That is very, very normal to have those questions, but it feels like God showed up with the answers. This is why. So tell us more about this Libra energy, this consideration, this fairness, and this harmony. Oh my gosh, a little chunky here. Knight of Cups. The Moon. There you are, Pisces. And the Hierophant. More Taurus. I just heard hidden love. Finding the love hidden in some sort of, again, religion is what the Hierophant can represent. Some sort of organized structure or long-standing foundation, or I'm looking for a word that's escaping my brain right now. It'll come if it's meant. But what I'm saying all of that to say is, whatever you agreed to, whatever you identified as your religion, as your spiritual connection, it's like things either got very dark with that, or again, you started feeling different about that religious practice or that religious belief. Which, yeah, maybe that's how many awakenings start. It's like something about this just doesn't feel all the way right. Something about this feels like it's lacking truth, or it's lacking love, or it's too restrictive, or, you know, it's contradicting itself. And it's like that's causing confusion. And then you just kind of throw it all out. Some people throw it all out. Some people dig deeper. Some people fall deeper. You know, it's a choice. But I think you just kind of distance yourself from it a little bit. Because I think that love, that Knight of Cups energy, it is your energy. So Pisces here. That felt very, it was lacking. Like, it was lacking this sense of acceptance. It was lacking the comfort, the nurture, that Cancer vibration that you maybe once got from your religious beliefs, but then kind of shifted, kind of changed. Yeah, I keep hearing contradiction. So maybe through your studies, or through you getting older and wiser and having more life experience, it was like, hold on. How does this religion preach this, but then also do this? How, you know, it was just a lot of these contradictions that just made it maybe a little difficult to believe. Again, I think it just made you question your faith. My mind, I'm hearing that Frank Ocean song. I think it's called We All Try, where he says, I lost my faith, but you have to believe in something. And so maybe what you've come up against, yeah, I was just about to say, maybe you're realizing that you're creating your own belief system here, where you can believe a little bit in a little part of the all, like no one religion is right. That could totally be it here for you, Pisces Aries. Having that struggle with what religion really represents, organized religion. Religion in and of its definition is just a practice. A lot of what we know to be the major religions in the world are quite restrictive, are not necessarily universal in a way, like it causes more separation than it causes unity. And maybe that was something you were sensing and kind of feeling a bit conflicted or disconnected from. Like your soul calling for unity then shows you where unity is not, where fairness and balance and harmony isn't, so you can be away from it. Two of Wands says, I'm going to forge my own path. I'm going to forge my own belief. For some of you, it's I'm going to think for myself. I'm not going to blindly follow what a religion necessarily tells me is right or wrong. I'm going to let my spirit clue me into that. And I'm going to start my own path with God. Ace of Wands to the Two of Wands. Yeah, and then now you got the Four of Wands and the Knight of Swords. With the Seven of Swords, yeah, too much deception. Too much deception, conversation, rhetoric is what I just heard about what the Four of Wands really is, or what union and merging and coming together should look like, right? It's like, because wouldn't you think by now we would all just be on one universal tone? No, right? Because a lot of religious structures, hate to say it, but are businesses that are built on separation and getting you to feel superior than others. Okay? So again, that's what I mean. Something about it just wasn't sitting right with you. Tell me more about this union, merging, and coming together. Libra. Okay, so some of you could have strong Libra in your chart. What's balanced? What's fair? Are we being considerate of others? Is what I believe a fair consideration of what other people live through and experience? Or is it just a narrow viewpoint that's been curated, okay, to get me to think one way? Six of Swords says you hopped in the boat and said, yeah, something's not right with that. I'm going to head out. I'm going to go think about that. I'm going to kind of come out of that. Too conflicting. And maybe if you do live where I am in America, right, kind of how government is a little too, let me just say, like the whole separation of church and state. That line has gotten a little blurry, right? Where now the church is infiltrating the state. And not everybody believes or subscribes to that viewpoint or that church or that religion. So why should it be law of the land of so many different cultures and different people? Some of you guys might be getting a little political with this, because for me to kind of keep giving that out, especially with Libra showing up here twice, it's like the justice system. Something has felt unjust. Maybe you feel inspired to bring justice or work or kind of put your time, your effort, into energy into the consideration of all above the consideration of a few, into what is actually fair and what's actual bias, right? What is the path to harmony with all different creeds and religions and ideas and ideologies and lifestyles, as opposed to here's the mold, everybody hop in and fit. And if we don't like it, then it isn't good for everybody. You know what I mean? It's like, that could be it. Recent world events has gotten you thinking. King of Swords. So maybe some of you aspire to be politicians in some way, or public figures in that way when it comes to law. Law of the land, lawyer. Maybe you work in government, then there's the tower. Yeah, law of the land coming crumbling down. Yeah, it's like some of you might be feeling very inspired to lead a charge or assist in destroying the old so we can build the new. Wheel of Fortune, it's only a matter of time. What once was a pillar has now crumbled or has now faltered or is now shaky. Tower can also speak to divine intervention and awakening, and there you got Temperance. So this is all on par, meaning for where you are and where you need to be here, Pisces, Aries. This is also being orchestrated by the divine at some point, especially with the Tower out here. In order for you to have union and merging and coming together and this spiritual growth, you have to destroy the pillars that were built on falsehoods, on lies, on manipulation, on deception. And that, for some of you, ties into religion in some way. Tell me about the energy between conjunction and Uranus. This union and this radical change. The world, yeah. The world stage, exactly. Some of you feel very, very called to be a part of radical change in the world, on the world stage, in the earthly plane, in government, in law, and all of that. Working with people, Three of Pentacles, who have also gone through that spiritual growth or believe in that spiritual path, or again, are also led by spirit in some way. Two of Wands, Ace of Wands. I also get with the Hierophant, the Knight of Cups, and the Moon. It's like, the Hierophant gives me presentation, something presented in one way, but behind closed doors is active or giving or participating in something else. And maybe that's something that you found out recently, right? I don't know. It's like something's been revealed, something's been uncovered, something has come to light here for you, Pisces, Aries, where it was presented one way, and then the truth of what actually happens, what's hidden from the public eye, or what's hidden from everything else or everyone else, or not really announced, is something totally opposite and contradicting the exact presentation that's given. So saying you're for one thing, but then supporting the thing that opposes the thing that you're saying you're supporting, if that makes sense. Yeah, it gives politician. Like, wasn't it Robin Williams, I think, that said, like, politicians should wear sponsor jackets so we can know who's actually pulling their hand and pulling their strings and funding them? Because I guarantee you, if that was the case, oh, we'd be picking different people, wouldn't we? You'd be like, whoa, what's the point of having these opposing sides if everybody's sponsored by the same thing? It's a bit of a show, yeah? My opinion, you don't have to subscribe, but somewhat facts. Something to that effect, though. Tell me more about the Three of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the World. Again, Pisces, Aries, this could be more of like a collective energy or what we're going to experience because, again, you are the cusp of rebirth. This could just be on a more global scale that your energy is resonating with. Yeah, you've got the Four of Cups. Distraction. And you've got the King of Wands. Yeah, being the leader of your own spirit. The master of your own spirit. And you've got the Four of Wands want to come back out. I just get rules, laws need to be changed. Barriers need to be broken. There you are. 4 of Swords and the 9 of Cups. Everybody deserves to be at peace and happy. And so all the towers and pillars that stops everybody from having their fair, just, right, and harmonious life that we all deserve, that is the birthright for all, needs to come crumbling down. And I think with the fire now activated in you, some of you, this is like a passion of yours now, or will be a part of your life purpose, especially if you do follow Vedic astrology. Your North Node, the North Node is moving into Pisces, so you might be very active towards your purpose in this life. Feeling the call to head towards your purpose, getting a lot of clarity around what that actually looks like and will be for you. And it does feel centered around human rights. Everyone deserves the right to health, a house, home, well-being, healthcare. You know what I mean? Like, all the things need to be available to all the peoples. Regardless of creed, regardless of that, regardless of whatever the lifestyle choice is. Radical change. Some of you might turn into a bit of a radical in that way. Or you just want to get involved with the people who are 3 of Pentacles, the people who are really doing that work. All right, now, I'm not mad at that, Pisces Aries. I'm not mad at that at all. Tell me more about this radical change with Uranus. The 5 of Wands. Yeah, willing to fight. Willing to fight for it. Putting up a fight for it. Fighting for radical change. The 5 of Wands is a challenge where a solution is possible so long as you stay out of the drama of others. So, focusing on the solution here, Pisces Aries. Don't get caught up in the drama. Some of you, this might not even be on a world stage. This could just be in your career. There's the Fool again with the 2 of Swords. But whether or not you feel ready to take that risk is maybe where you're at. 2 of Swords. I feel the call. I kind of sense that that's something I can get into. I am passionate about it. But am I willing to take the risk? Because I do get that there might be a bit of exposure that comes with this. It is almost like putting yourself out there or on the line for this cause in some way, shape, or form. Or it could come to that. Think about all the people who fought for change, right? And kind of how they ended up near-death experience. Ooh. Ooh. Chariot wants to be here again, yet it is your destiny to be a part of that radical change. Destined to advance the movement, move it forward. So you might not get, it's almost like, here we go with the Bible references, okay? You might not get to the promised land, but you'll be a major part of the movement towards it. Of advancing society and humanity towards that. I just heard your name will be in the book. So maybe this is a book someone's writing and you're contributing to it. Maybe this is all very hyper-futuristic for you, Pisces Aries. If you were wondering about what your life path is or what your purpose in this world is, you might be written about in books to come when speaking of this radical change that the world may go through. Your name might be on the list of some people who did some good things, who balanced this out, who brought about fairness and harmony and consideration for all. I don't know. Yeah, time will only tell, but let's see. Let's look behind the Chariot. Yeah, there you go. You got strength. Beautiful. Okay, and the 10 of Cups, even better. And the 9 of Cups again, look at you. The Knight of Wands, yeah, there goes that action. Knight of Wands for me is like by any means necessary, and then there's that Emperor. Leading the way, leading the charge. Getting active. The Emperor and the Hierophant, it's almost like coming off the throne and getting dirty. It's almost like don't speak about it, be about it. is the energy between the Hierophant and the Emperor. The Emperor is like, I'm out here in the field doing the work. I'm not sitting on this nice little comfy throne and, you know, like, I'm out here. So I don't know how that will resonate for y'all. Let me know so in the comments. But yeah, there is this Chariot, the strength, and then Cancer Leo. So something about Cancer Leo season, which will be when the node shift, is when I think you're going to experience this. This dramatic is what I just heard, this dramatic pull towards your life's purpose, because the North Node will technically also be in Pisces. All depending on how you calculate your astrology. You'll find your purpose, you'll find your fulfillment, you'll find what your soul is here to do. And that's a beautiful thing. That's the conjunction, that's the union, that's the merger, merging with your North Node. So dare I say, not even the next 18 months, but maybe the next 36 months, which is what, next 3 years? Pisces, Aries, 3 years from now, and I know that seems far, but child, time be flying, okay? 3 years from now, oh, you'll be active in your purpose. You'll be very, very clear, very inspired. Ace of Wands, first card out, strongest energy. Very, very connected to your life purpose. And mind you, purpose is kind of what drives you, and it can take you to many different places, hence the Chariot. You just have to be strong enough and brave enough to go there. That's your work. That's your part. The Chariot is going to show up for you, but you got to be brave enough and strong enough to hop in it and go where it's leading you to go. And with the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Cups, you will connect with people who share a similar vision, who want the same things. And you guys will work together, that 3 of Pentacles, to bring that about, because you share a similar passion or a similar spiritual direction. So this is you coming in connection with Soul Tribe. People that will really understand why you're passionate about whatever this justice movement is for you. And that might almost make you the leader of it with the Emperor. Or you might lead a facet of it, or a portion of it, or some aspect of it. Nine of Wands. You're gaining a lot of spiritual strength right now, Pisces, Aries, that will absolutely be used in the future when it comes to what you're here to do. So if there was ever a time to be brave, there was ever a time to go for it, if there was ever a time to just let your spirit lead you, it would be over the next 3 years, starting from mid-July, middle of Cancer Leo season and the cusp. From there, 3 years out, this fiery energy, this spiritual energy will consume you. But that's going to make you so happy and so fulfilled, because I just think that this has been a disconnect for you for a while, that you've been yearning to reconnect with, but maybe not feeling ready for, not really sure how to, not really clear on what the real vision is, what's the direction, what do I truly believe. That will all get sorted out. Don't you worry, it surely will. And you'll come out of the other end of that North Node energy over the next 3 years as the Emperor. I love that. Love that, love that, love that for you. Yeah, potential. Sorry, I'm just taking a look at your messages, Aurora. Yeah, the competition of companies. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That oneness, spot on, as always, Aurora. Thank you so much for always sharing your insight here with our community. It's just always so lovely to see other people in their mission work and really sharing it. So I appreciate you so, so much. Spot on. So let's go ahead and see. Since this whole North Node shift, again, over the next 3 years, will kind of be affecting you here, Pisces Aries. What are the next 3 years going to bring? What's this radical change, this emperor, this merger and this union? What will that look like over the next 3 years for Pisces Aries? Yeah, let's talk about action. Yeah, acting on your wisdom, on what you've learned, which is the Hierophant energy. So for some of you, you're the emperor now, or you will be the emperor, and then you'll turn into the Hierophant. The wise person, right? Acting on what you know to be true and in alignment for yourself. What else? What else might be a part of this radical change for Pisces Aries over the next 3 years? Illumination, yeah. Like, I mean, so much will come to light. So much truth will come to light for you around why you're here, what you're meant to do. And what you're meant to do is take a risk. Yeah. Take a risk. Like I said, you got to be strong enough and brave enough to hop in that chariot and receive that level of fulfillment. Yeah. It's something about ensuring the security for others. Whether that's safety, whether that's financial, whether that, again, is health-wise. Happiness and inner peace. Because I think that's the whole message, and that's the whole thing. Everyone deserves to have their own brand of happiness and deserves to be at peace. Has the right to see their dreams fulfilled. But it's like that gets cut short by so many different things. Yeah, everyone deserves to thrive in the way that is best for them. Relax. Yeah, I just think it's this universal energy, like Aurora was saying, like the oneness. Everybody being on one accord, like the universal care for all, regardless of religion, creed, belief, lifestyle, care for all. It's a part of that age of Aquarius, to be truthful with you, right? The humanitarian, the age of human effort, human rights. Ooh, but will it be dark? Has it not already gotten kind of dark with human rights, yeah? Like I was saying, that separation between church and state. Very, very blurry line. But nonetheless, Pisces Aries, I do think there will be something that comes across towards you, or that you step into, that is a part of your life purpose, where you are on the fighting side for equality, for balance, for harmony, for fairness, fair treatment of all people. I don't know, maybe you guys are human rights activists in the making. Only time will tell. We'll see. But let me know if any of this resonates with you, because this felt very futuristic. It got a little deep, right? And maybe this might not be something you connect with now, but I promise you this reading will pop up for you again over the next 3 years. I promise you it'll be at the right time. I can feel it. Okay? But I thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been your astrology tarot reading here at Cusp of Roses. And I thank you for all the love, the likes, the shares, the support, the comments, the subscriptions, joining my Patreon, joining me here on YouTube, all of that beautiful, beautiful energy that you guys share here, showing love in the chats. I appreciate you all so, so absolutely much from the depth of my soul. All right, Pisces, Aries. And again, I hope that this reading found you well. Thank you again for letting me read for you tonight, or this morning, or today, whenever you're watching this, okay? And I'll catch you all in our next one. Yeah, that darkness is just unawakened love. Yes, 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 it is. It absolutely is. And that is what a lot of souls that are here present in this moment, in this day and time, are here to do. Awaken, make the unconscious conscious, making the darkness conscious. Okay? This is a part of that, Pisces, Aries. So welcome to your mission. Welcome to that North Node energy. It suits you well. All right? All right, y'all. Let's close this out with another sound of my singing bowl, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Namaste.